pounds right now?
Not yet. I don't think so. Not right now. I just, like you said, we have so many people right now, and I'm not knocking him as a future fight I see with him for sure. You know, I give my opponents or future opponents props because it just makes me look better. You know, for sure.
Why does everybody think like that?
I mean, I'm not gonna say like, oh, he's a bum, but why are you fighting a bum then?
Yeah, that's so simple and people don't get it.
Yeah, you know, so I will never knock my opponents.
But genuinely, you do feel he's a very skilled fighter.
Oh yes, yeah. Maybe top 15 for sure.
Right.
Maybe not top 10.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
So
Virgil Ortiz Jr. has given a clear opinion on Jaron Boots Ennis and his pound-for-pound status, saying that he does not think Ennis has done enough to earn that recognition yet. Ortiz believes there are still major gaps in Ennis' resume that must be filled before he can truly be considered one of boxing's top pound-for-pound fighters.
I went to his his compound, his farm or whatever it was, and they said that more than likely I was going to fight Boots soon. I was like, oh shit, okay, we're finally doing this. You know, Oscar was there and everyone was there, and I'm just like, okay, cool.
At 154, obviously.
Yeah, because I can't go down.
Yeah.
So when Turkey and those guys said that you were going to fight Boots, was there a number thrown out?
There was no number. There was no number at all. The only thing that I knew was that, okay, this is a real possibility now. Like, you know, he was 147. I had just moved.
Right now, the fight creating the biggest buzz is Jaron Ennis against Virgil Ortiz Jr. Both fighters are still unbeaten, and both have the high-level skills needed to compete with the best. Fans have wanted to see them face each other for years, and with their talent and growing momentum, this matchup has everything needed to become a major boxing event.
Right at the top. Look, he beat Xander Zayas. That's as good a win as Ortiz or Fundora have, and the way he did it was very impressive. Then Virgil, then Fundora. Madrimov, listen, gave Crawford his closest professional fight. Zayas only drops to 5 with Josh Kelly 6. Murzalia 7. Brandon Adams with some nice wins in his career 8. I mean, I think these rankings, I like them.
Yeah, I like them. You see Boots, man. Like I said, 2-division world champion, undefeated. You got Virgil Ortiz, of course, undefeated. He has a great, win against, Madrimov.
When Robert Garcia was asked about a possible Ennis-Ortiz fight, he supported the idea and made it clear that he believes his fighter has what it takes to win. Garcia views the matchup as a huge opportunity and is confident that his team has the skills and ability needed to come out on top.
So have to be real and know that if it's Virgil, maybe Boots has a different game plan. Maybe Boots trains harder. Maybe Boots takes the fight a little more serious. So we don't know. Yes, if that would have been Virgil would have knocked him out, would have stopped him. But Zayas and Virgil are totally different fighters, so maybe the game plan will be different against Virgil. So I can't go based on what his performance. I just know that Boots is a great fighter, but I know that I have Virgil that knows what to do and knows how to do it, and he will take it.
With Josh Kelly's injury forcing a change to the original plans, Robert Garcia has suggested that Ennis versus Ortiz could be the most sensible super fight to pursue in November. With another possible matchup now delayed, this highly anticipated meeting between two undefeated stars could once again become the main fight everyone is looking toward.
It's easy. Virgil already settled with Golden Boy. There's no other fight that needs to happen. That's the fight that needs to happen. I know Eddie and Boots had plans to unify, but I don't think Xander Zayas is going to be available. I mean, I don't think Fundora is going to be available either. He already has another fight coming up. So the biggest fight out there is Boots versus...
When the conversation shifts to the money involved in the earlier negotiations, Virgil Ortiz says he leaves those matters to his manager. Ortiz wants to concentrate on boxing, while his team takes care of the business and financial side. However, Ortiz also made it clear that an offer of around $2 million would not be enough for a fight of this size.
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, is there a number in your head, though, that you would want, that you would say, this is fair to fight Boots?
I don't want to just say my numbers.
You can throw that out there a little bit. Some people know off the
Somebody know it. Damn,
the numbers are always wrong. They're always wrong.
Like, is it more than the numbers are, or less?
It's all over the place. It's all over the place. Yeah, they never get the numbers right.
All right, so You don't have to give me your numbers of the old fights, but what would it take for you to fight Boots?
That's it. I was trying to compare.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to compare but to make it make.
Meanwhile, Jaron Ennis continues to enter fight week with a very calm mindset, describing it as just another day and another payday. That relaxed approach shows the confidence that has helped him reach the top of the division. However, there is always a thin line between remaining calm and becoming too comfortable, especially when a hungry challenger is ready to take advantage of any opening.
Yeah, you feel like as good as you did, and on the stage you were on, it's just another day.
Yeah, I watched it. It was okay. You know, it was a good, okay performance. You know, I'm way better than that, but it's just a regular day for me though. Every time I go to these these so-called big fights, and it just feel like another day, another dollar for me. It's just weird. I got like a weird everything I do is like weird. Like when I fight night, I don't be having no feeling. They just be like, it's so weird. Like people be coming in the back room, like they be like, it's like a vibe when I'm in our back room because we be chilling, we listen to music, we be talking. You know, some people be quiet in the back room, don't be saying nothing. I'm back there chilling, talking, having fun, just enjoying myself because I'm about to go.
As Andis prepares for his next step at junior middleweight, his plans are becoming much clearer. A unification fight with Sebastian Fundora is currently seen as the main goal for December, while Josh Kelly remains another possible option. If talks with Fundora do not result in an agreement, Kelly could quickly become the next name on Ennis' list.
And the Boots was next. Boots already sound on Fundora. I think Fundora is one of the best fighters in that division, and Boots sound Fundora. So Fundora said he's going to fight Boots. So it'll probably be in December. Probably be. I'm just throwing it off because Fundora going to fight now. I think he's going to fight next week. Josh Kelly.
Okay.
You know, Boots want to unify the titles. You know what I mean? But I mean by unify, be undisputed. Undisputed him now. He made us wait. When Boots got in the ring, said we going to fight, sign a contract, and then all of a sudden, him and De La Hoya fell out, and now they all back together again. So what do you think that was? You know what I mean? At that time, they must didn't want to fight him, but you want sound him. You want someone come on in the ring and all that stuff. So, you know what I mean? I ain't talking nothing bad about him, but that's the way it seemed to everybody now. You know what I mean? So he's on the...
Eddie Hearn has also spoken about the earlier negotiations and reminded fans that Ennis' team reportedly made major compromises to try to get Ortiz into the ring. Hearn's remarks suggest that several demands and complications eventually stopped the fight from being made and allowed Andis to move ahead toward even bigger opportunities.
Outstanding fighter. That for me is one of the best fights in boxing. You've only got to listen to me 6 months ago talking about that fight, pushing that fight, trying everything. That's a wonderful fight, but Virgil doesn't have anything that Boots wants other than a big fight and a good payday. He's not chasing paydays, he's chasing legacy. But there's still a lot of people that want to watch that fight. So don't forget, we accepted that fight and signed for that fight. Boots had to take less money than Virgil Ortiz because they wouldn't take it unless he did. Boots had to be the B-side. They said it has to be Ortiz against Boots. I said, why? No one's got a world championship. No, we're not taking the fight unless it is. Okay. They even asked him to cut his beard and not wear colourful gloves. All of the things that he agreed to do to have the opportunity to prove. We got the Xander Zayas fight, and now he's a unified world champion and one of the biggest stars in the sport. So again, it's not a case of tough luck, we're not fighting you. We will fight you. But as I said yesterday, today's price is not yesterday's price. Or is it yesterday's price is not today's price?
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
No, but I've switched it up. I think it's important. I want to give you original stuff. You know, I don't want to just on the copy.
Leo, when are you gonna bring him back? Because the crowd loved him.
Leo Tank.
Yes.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, he's 9.
While the division waits for its biggest fights to come together, Sebastian Fundora has made his confidence very clear. The tall champion has sent a strong message to both possible challengers, saying that whoever eventually faces him will suffer the same result. Fundora expects to control the fight and walk away as the winner.
I'll beat them both. It's as simple as I'll beat them both. I think those are great fights. Great fights. Again, being of his own, all of us now. I think that's fights that have to happen now. You're seeing him fight one time and me fight one time, and then the other one fight the other time. It's like, no, we gotta put these guys together, man. They need to bump heads, but it's gonna be exciting.
Former world champion Sergio Mora does not agree with the current plans for the division. He believes Ennis versus Ortiz is the fight that should come next and the matchup that boxing fans truly want to see. However, Mora also understands the problem caused by Ortiz's recent inactivity, which has made it much more difficult to arrange the fight right now.
Rated us because of this legal dispute. 9 months is a long time, Ennis. People forget quick. You got to remember, we're in the short-term business. Everything's red hot. Everything's social media. Everything's this. Now, people need to be reminded, and we're not reminded because 9 months had to pass. A damn baby could have been born in 9 months. It's a lifetime, Ennis, especially in boxing. So Virgil needs to remind people again, and guess what that means? He's going to have to fight one more fight before we get the Boots fight. This is what this hiatus, this legal hiatus caused. And this is why boxing can never really strike when the iron is hot. Because sometimes when this happens, something happens where one fighter looks bad, a cut delays something, an injury delays it even longer, or God forbid he loses. It was there for the taking, and now we have to wait. Happens when you step out of the limelight, you get slightly forgotten about, and the other guy takes advantage of your absence. And like you said, he has 2 sensational wins. Like you hear it all the time in business. What is it? Yesterday's price is not today's price, or vice versa, whatever it is. One guy has advanced financially and in popularity, and that's Boots Ennis. Virgil was red hot, and he's been red hot. And people love watching Virgil Ortiz fight, but that 9 months out of the ring, and if he waits until November, it's going to be a year out of the ring. That is not going to be red hot anymore. That's going to be, oh, Virgil's back? Great. That's why you have to hit it at the right moment, at the right time. So I agree. I don't think you should pay the red hot price right now. Boots demands a red hot price. Virgil demands the hot price, but the guy that's not as red hot as Boots right now. But if they would have done it right after that Erickson Lubin knockout, Virgil probably would have.
Terence Crawford believes Ennis would need to be far more disciplined if he eventually fights Ortiz. Crawford has pointed out that Ennis sometimes gets involved in exchanges and leaves openings that could become very costly against a dangerous finisher like Ortiz. Those mistakes may have worked against past opponents, but Crawford believes top-level competition would punish them much more severely.
He did the last time, Ortiz gonna finish him.
Wow.
So he gotta tighten up his defense.
10 steps behind you, right?
He gotta tighten up his defense. He gotta stop exchanging. I know he's faster than most. He's more explosive than most, but at the same time, he's shown in the past that he can get careless and that he's going out there just to fight, and I don't think when you get higher and higher, that's going to...
Roy Jones Jr. has a clear answer when talking about Ennis's defensive mistakes. Virgil Ortiz would be the ultimate test. Ortiz brings constant pressure and powerful finishing skills that can turn even one careless moment into a serious problem. Against a fighter like Ortiz, Jones believes Ennis cannot afford to lose focus for even a few seconds during the full 12 rounds.
He said it himself, so he can fix that now. That's the easy fix. Don't go to sleep. That's the easy fix. I tell you what, put Virgil Ortiz in front of him and watch he don't go to sleep. Watch he don't go to sleep against Virgil Ortiz. Because if he goes to sleep against Virgil Ortiz, Virgil gonna show up, come at him. I guarantee you, put somebody like that in front of him, and I bet he don't go to sleep. And I put what they want to put on it. I guarantee he won't go to sleep. Now, he might not win, but he won't be because he went to sleep. He won't go to sleep against Virgil Ortiz. Trust what I tell you, because that's a higher pedigree. That's a guy with a better background, with a better past, with a better track record, with a guy that he knows if you go to sleep, so he's not going to go to sleep on him.
The discussion now moves beyond talent and focuses on the styles that would clash between these two undefeated fighters. Jaron has the speed, athleticism, and versatility to trouble almost any opponent, but some analysts believe Ortiz's biggest strength is his controlled pressure. His ability to keep pushing forward and gradually wear opponents down could make him a particularly tough challenge for Ennis.
He's also very technical, and he can put a pressure also and break somebody down as well if he needs to. And and I haven't seen that from Jaron Ennis.
Well, I know we gotta wait until January 31st. But we'll actually let me ask you: do you think your approach to beating Ennis would be similar to how Ortiz could get it done too? Do you think there's some similarities between your two styles?
Maybe. to be honest, I haven't paid my teas. He's one of the fighters with a lot of experience, proven a lot, and which is also very skillful.
Chris Algieri agrees that Ennis is one of boxing's most talented young fighters, but he also believes there are still parts of his game that need work. Algieri especially points to defensive weaknesses that could become costly against stronger opponents who know how to take advantage of every opening. Against elite competition, even a small mistake could completely change the course of a fight.
Yeah, like, well, how do you see, Ennis with those guys? I'm like, listen, if he gets hit the way he did in round 3 as he did with Xander, those guys are completely different punchers. So that could be a different kind of result. But you also got to think a guy who's as good as he is and as dynamic as he is, will he fight the same way if he has more danger coming his way? Which we saw that at 147. 147, he might get hit. The guys couldn't hurt him. So now he's at 54. Guys are punching much differently. And then he's even talked about going up to 68 eventually. That's where he sees himself ultimately capping out. So, the defense has got to step up. Best fighters in the world don't get hit cleanly and more than once at a time. So if he's going to make those adjustments with those guys, I think that's something they're gonna attack during camp. Being able to do it on Fight Night Under the Lights is another thing, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's going to be exciting.
Which one of those 3 guys, like you said, Josh Kelly, Fundora, obviously the guys with the belts, Virgil almost maybe doesn't need the belt and is still kind of one of the more popular names up there.
Their holes, which again makes the division very exciting. But I want to see them all fight each other because it's one of those things where boxing math doesn't work. It's like, because he can beat this guy. It doesn't work like that. I want to see them all fight each other. And
he highlights the challenge of dealing with the champion's physical strengths, huge reach, and dangerous uppercuts. Although he slightly favors Ennis to win, he admits that the very different styles of both fighters make the matchup extremely hard to predict with complete confidence.
And that fight too? I'm a favor him, but like I'm saying, Fundora, man, that range, he got to get past that range, and he has good timing, and he throws the uppercuts, and he's standing up, so these are great fights. That's a great fight, that's a great fight. I don't know how he does in that fight. I think he does well. I can't say who will win. Like I said, I'm not Nostradamus. I was just thinking that I'm not. I know people love predictions because it's like fun. People just want to hear what other people got to say. But like I'm saying, I couldn't tell you I'm not. I know people love predictions because it's like fun. People just want to hear what other people got to say. But like I'm saying, I couldn't tell you who will win that fight. I just know there are great fights to be had, and Styles make fights. And I think they both tremendous talents, and I would love to see those guys.
With Virgil Ortiz Jr.'s career reaching another important turning point, the biggest question now is what he will do next. His recent inactivity and delayed opportunities continue to create frustration and uncertainty around his future. With attention now fully focused on Ortiz, boxing fans are eager to see which opponent he selects for the next stage of his career.